Hi, this is my blog, as I've previously mentioned, and as it's about all mental health problems, I said I'd cover a wide variety of problems. I've already spoken on here about anorexia in brief, and I did a previous video which has now been deleted because it was crap. I'll redo that at some point, but I wanted to talk about self-harm because it's another massive topic along with anorexia. I'm suffering with self-harm and have been for the past good few years, and it's really hard to explain because it's got a lot of stigma attached to it. Like, people will often be like, oh, I'm going to slit my wrists, as an expression, and they don't realise what they've said, and I do try to ignore it because I'm like, they're just saying it, they don't understand, they don't realise what they've said, but it's quite hurtful because it's not something that should be used as an expression. I think the way I describe about it, not just cutting, but any forms of self-harm, when I'm in the middle of an episode, or if I'm screaming my head off, I've run up the stairs, smashed and kicked the walls around me, banging my head as hard as I could on the stairs. It's like you're possessed. That sounds really stupid, but you're taken over with such power and such force that it's all drilled into any way you can do destruction, and it's like you've got an immense surge of electricity flowing through you, and it's all at once. You don't know what else to do. You're just so angry and so mad that you just use all this energy in the worst possible way. And I think that's how a lot of my self-harm first started coming out to my family and friends, was not by seeing scars or fresh cuts. It was because I couldn't control it anymore, and it came out in other ways, such as banging my head as hard as I could, getting lumps on my head, screaming, punching walls, kicking stuff. And once my stepdad came in and gave me a hug, I just screamed in his face because I just didn't know how to deal with my anger, and this is another way of dealing with it as well, that when you're so hurt inside that you don't know what else to do, and it takes the relief away. Another thing is, along with anorexia, it doesn't help because when you're in hospital and you have all that control around restricting taken away, you need control from another area of your life. So when people are saying, oh, you're doing really well, they don't realise that your self-harm's got worse because you don't have that control around restricting. So then that is a control you need, because otherwise you wouldn't be restricting, and that control turns into self-harm again, and it's a roller coaster bouncing back and forth between behaviours. And I just wanted to raise awareness that it's not a fad, it's not something stupid, it's not a remark, it's not any of those things. It is, along with anorexia, a serious mental health illness, because you wouldn't just do it for attention. I mean, I've got horrible scars on my arms that I'll never show. I wear long sleeves all the time because I don't want people to know. But in a way, what does it matter if I show them? People should feel comfortable showing them because it's an addiction. No one should be blamed for it, because at the end of the day, like smoking, I've said this before, but if it was so easy to give up smoking, people wouldn't smoke. If it was so easy to give up self-harm, people wouldn't have scars. It's one of those things that you just have to work on, and you have to learn to deal with, and slowly, like cigarettes, hopefully it will become 20 cigarettes a day to once a day, once a month, once a week, once a month, once a year. But it's hard because you feel like you need it, and because you haven't got control around restricting, you want that control of self-harm. You don't want to have cigars, but you can't see a way of not doing it. It's an impulse. You don't think about doing it. You don't think, I need to hurt myself. You just do it because you're so used to doing it that it's really hard to stop. And it's really hard for loved ones to understand as well, I think, because no parent wants to see their child hurting themselves, and we don't do it on purpose. We don't do it to hurt our family, and it's quite stressful. I find making these videos really hard because I'm not really sure what people want me to say. If you could comment with things, or maybe post questions on my Ask page. I normally don't answer them because they're quite personal, but if you put YouTube in brackets and then ask me a question, my Ask page is www.ask.fm.com/MJMULVIHILL. MJ Mulvihill. Cool. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.